Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today we're going to make a little bit of a mess make. We're going to make a piece of ephemera that you can use in so many different ways. You could use it as a bag topper. You could use it as a page topper. You could pop it into a pocket, or you could pop a paper clip on it and use it as an altered paper clip. Oh my goodness, let's get started. As you see here, I have my supplies. I have some washi tape. I have some sari silk. I have some lace pieces. I have some flat back pearls and some buttons here. I have some pieces of ephemera that I have prepped by tearing the edges and inking those edges up. I have my distressed ink, vintage photo. I have some coffee dyed loose leaf notebook paper lined, and I have a piece of cardstock. Now my cardstock is 11 inches by 8.5, and I'm going to lay it on my grid this way. I want to mark 2.5 inches hair ruler here, and I'm going to be tearing my strips. Now, if you don't have a tear ruler, you can go ahead and cut with your scissors. You don't have to use a tear ruler. So I have my pieces here, and what I want to do is I'm going to use my distressed ink, my vintage photo, and I'm going to ink up all the way around my strip here, and I'm going to do front and back. Now I have my loose leaf lined notebook paper, and I'm going to do 2 at a time, placing my papers on the grid. I'm going to mark 2 inch, and I'm going to tear my page. So I have 2 strips here. So now we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 strips, just like that. The same thing, I'm going to prep these the same way I prepped the covers that we made. That took a little bit of time, inking everything up, but really it will make the assembly process go so much faster. I'm separating my cardstock pieces, and I'm going to be adding 2 of my lined page strips right on top. So we have used the cardstock complete sheet, and we've used 2 complete sheets of the lined book page. What I want to do now is fold my cardstock in half, and then just inking up the folded spot. And I'm going to fold my lined book pages in half as well. Now I'm going to place my lined book pages, well, let's put them inside of each other like this. And then I'm going to put it inside my folded cardstock. I'm going to take my tear ruler and I'm going to tear the edge. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to prep the rest of my strips, so I'll end up with 4 of these when I'm finished. I have my 4 little books here, and I'm going to take the strips with the lines on it, the line book page, and I'm going to place them together, and then I'm going to staple them right at the top. I'm going to staple them twice, and I'm using my Tim Holtz mini stapler. And so there, it's going to fit right in there just like that. All right, so now we have that finished. I'm going to take my art glitter glue. Actually, I'm going to ink up the inside right here, the inside fold and the top right there. I'm going to take my art glitter glue and I'm going to apply my glue right there on the top. I'm going to glue my little booklet right into my base that I made. I have all 4 of my books with my pages inside, Now I'm going to bring in my washi tape. I popped my washi tape into the microwave for like 7 seconds. I learned this trick from a subscriber because one day I was having trouble getting my washi tape to roll off of the spool. It was just tearing and it was really quite frustrating. And she told me to pop it into the microwave for just a little while. And I did, and it makes all the difference in the world. I always place a little bit of glue under my washi, especially since a lot of my washi that I have is pretty old. Isn't that cute? You're just finishing it off as opposed to leaving it like this. Super cute. Another great way to use your washi. Now the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to bring in my pieces of ephemera that I've prepped. These are chapter 1 papers, and then I have some like this. This might be Sam Poole's design. I'm not positive on that. This right here is chapter 1 papers. I just think they're gorgeous. So let's select a few of these and let's decorate our front. Let's just start with this one because that is truly gorgeous. It's time to bring in our laces and our little pieces. I do have my hot glue gun right here. It's a Surebonder high temp with that specialty tip. And what I think I would like to do is place some lace on the back side here, and I just want to gather it up just a little bit. It really doesn't matter to me which side I place the lace on, but I'm going to add my hot glue on here. I'm going to lay my net right on top, and I'm going to just glide my net over on my glue. It'll make the cutest little ruffle. That is just super sweet. There, now you can see it a little better. Here it is. It's a really pretty little, it's actually stretchy fabric. And I think I'd like to add a little bit here, but I think I'm going to glue it down first. Okay, get this glued down. Just take a little piece here. And I think I'm going to put it across this way. I'm just kind of smushing it on there, just pinching with my finger, something like that. Let's do a bow on here. I made a few bows. I don't know if this is the right color. It's really sweet. How about if we pop a bow on here? Maybe just a little bit more lace. This might be too heavy of a lace. Something like that. So let's put that right up here in the corner. And I'm going to give it a little movement by bunching it up just a little bit and then adding a little bit more glue and popping our bow. Almost said a flower. Popping a bow up there. And I'm going to glue my little streamers of my bow down, but not straight down. Once again, I'm going to give it a little movement. Something like that. All right, I also have some flat back pearls and I have some little buttons. So, I don't know, I kind of like the button right down there. And I like to put thread through my buttons. I don't know, I just think it adds a little something. Maybe even a little label. I found this cute little label right here. This is a chapter 1 papers label. And I'm going to pop it right up underneath that lace like that. Oh, I think that is super cute. Here are the 4 little books. I made one prepping for this and I put a tab on this one so you could do that one as well. So I talked about different ways in which you can use these. I have a glassine bag here that I coffee dyed. You could use it as a bag topper by putting it over the top of the bag and then you could give it as a gift. You could pop it into a pocket. You could glue this down on two sides and use it as another tuck spot. Glue the bag down on your journaling page and use it as another tuck spot. And then you could take this off very simply by just flipping it off and journal in it. You could even put a larger tag down in this bag and really make it super cute. I love that idea. You could use it as a page topper. Now this is actually a Christmas journal that I'm working on, but you could pop it on top of a page. It doesn't have to be the cover. This just happens to be the cover because, like I said, this is a Christmas journal. But I don't know if I can find a page. Okay, let's just use this one for an example. We'll pop it right here on top. And how pretty is that for a page topper? And then if you put a tab on the top, then it would stick out like that. That's super cute too. So there's an idea, a page topper. I talked about an altered paper clip. You can turn these into an altered paper clip by taking a very small piece of cardstock. Now this happens to be 2 inches by 1 1/4 inches. You just want it to have enough around the edge of the paper clip to be able to glue it to the back. I always like to use the longer side to be the outside. This is the shorter side. This is a large paper clip, and you glue it right to the back like this. And you're able to clip it right on to your page and have an altered paper clip flip book. I think that one is so cute. And then of course, you can always pop it into a pocket or a belly band. There are truly lots of ways in which you can use these in your junk journals. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I have enjoyed being with you. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.